Many Puerto Rican retirees are shouldering the brunt of the financial crisis on the island. Puerto Rico was unable to make a $422 million debt payment last week. This is the third time the island has defaulted on bond payments, but the largest yet. The big fear is that Puerto Rico will default on $1.9 billion due in July in what is known as general obligation debt. General obligation, frequently referred to as GO bonds, are backed by the full faith and credit of the Puerto Rican government. There is, however, numerous different financial obligations wrangling for what has priority over those GO bond revenue streams. The island's best hope is that Congress will act before July to provide some sort of relief, such as granting a temporary moratorium on payments until a debt plan can be worked out. It's clear Congress doesn't know how to handle the problem in Puerto Rico. The big sticking point is whether there will be some sort of oversight board overseeing the island's finances for a short period of time, similar to the model used for Washington, D.C. in the late 1990s. The governor and others on the island hate the current proposal. They argue Puerto Rico would lose its democratic rights if the oversight board can make decisions that supersede those of elected officials on the island. The governor believes the solution is simple. Puerto Rico should be granted Chapter 9 bankruptcy rights or something similar to make it easier for the island to restructure some of its debts. The governor calls it a humanitarian crisis, which is a step above an economic emergency. He claims he is prioritizing paying Puerto Rico's police and teachers over Wall Street. He's clearly wrong. The problem is that the people he has decided not to pay is often not Wall Street, but residents of Puerto Rico. Financial advisors at Wall Street firms have historically recommended to retirees in Puerto Rico that they buy Puerto Rico bonds in concentrated amounts from their life savings. These recommendations to purchase the concentrated positions in Puerto Rican bonds did not follow industry standards to diversify and have resulted in catastrophic losses to thousands of individuals on the island. Almost 2,000 Puerto Rican residents have now filed claims in FINRA arbitrations pursuing their losses, claiming the recommendations were driven by greed and conflicts of interest. Many of the Puerto Rican bonds were underwritten by Wall Street firms, packaged into products such as closed-end funds, and then sold to the firm's own unsuspecting clients. As a result, the risk was shifted from the Wall Street firms to Main Street Puerto Ricans. The same people the governor has now decided not to pay in favor of the essential services bear the brunt of these non-payments or defaults. Unfortunately, the retirees are not able to simply sell their positions because the market is almost completely illiquid for many of the bonds and closed-end funds. If your financial advisor recommended you purchase large concentrations in Puerto Rican debt, you may have a claim. Please give me a call to see if we can help.